Hello everyone and welcome to yet another Summer of Retro Actraiser Let's Play. I am your host, as always, Rontro, aka Brohan Solo, your favorite video game bounty hunter, and one half of the Retro Bros. The other half being my esteemed colleague, known as Retromageddon, also known as Broby-Wan Kenobi. And, you know, you can check out his channel in the description below. But you know what? I guess I need to move the Sky Palace. That's the first time I've ever done that. I never knew what would happen if you tried to attack monsters again. So that's Fillmore, my friends. That's what it looks like right now, at least from up here. Now we're going to move on to Bloodpool. We're going to fight the monsters here. I'm not going to read all this because it pretty much all says the same things over and over and over again. So, here we go. Bloodpool. I don't know if I mentioned in the last video the name of the next place. I want to say that it did and called it Deadpool, but oh, excuse me, I have hiccups. I could be wrong. I may not have said the name of the next area at all. I don't know. If I didn't, I don't know why I'm under the impression I did and called it Deadpool. Speaking of Deadpool, I finally got to see that movie while I was up in Connecticut, hanging out with my sister. She insisted I watch it with her, and, well, we watched it, and I loved it. It was an awesome movie, and I can't wait to watch it again. I will be watching it again with my son's mom, because she definitely needs to see that movie. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to see that movie. Unless, of course, you're a kid, then you don't need to see that movie, because that movie's not for you. Heck, my Let's Plays are getting to the point where they're not meant for the young, because, well, I have a foul mouth. I've kept it under control for the most part. I had that slip on Mario 3. Who knows, it may slip again. I hope not. I like keeping my... Oh, wow. That was an epic fail on my part. I want to try and keep my videos, you know, for everybody. You know, reach a broader audience of people. Not just the nasty people like me that end up saying bad words throughout their videos because they just can't help themselves. Kind of disappointed with myself dying at that part. I don't normally die on this stage. Oh, this boss. I hate this boss. I can't remember how to use my magic for some reason right now. This is a boss you gotta kind of be patient with. You just take a hit here and there where you can. You don't want to chase him around the stage. All that'll do is get you killed. He looks like a sphinx. I mean, that's what I've always thought he looked like. You know, I don't know how good of a look y'all are getting on this guy. Like I said, I kind of try and stay as far away from him as I can, because if not, you'll just get wrecked. And I just epically failed that. I knew I needed to be up there to hit him, and I epically failed. I just hope I have enough time to get him. This time it's clicking away. course, I got hit again. Again, in case you didn't watch the first episode, which, of course, why would you watch the second episode if you haven't watched the first episode? In case you didn't know, the videos for this game will be longer than Mario 3 or Revenge of Shinobi. They'll be as long as they need to be. I'm going to do a land per video. In case you're all wondering why the video length is absurd, I apologize. The last video took me a little over a half hour, the first land, and we're on our second land. We'll see how long it takes. It doesn't matter how long or short they are. I'm doing a land per episode for Actraiser, Summer of Retro Let's Play. So Rontro Bloodpool may become a land where people can live in peace. Alright, my master, let us work towards peace. And second I'm here, they want to bug me already. My master, it has become very difficult trying to build homes because of the marshlands. Would you please use sunlight to dry up the marshlands? If I really have to. Let's get some building directions going. First off, we're going to use some lightning to clear out these bushes so that people can get to the first monster lair. I love that I'm going to have one heck of a backlog of videos for you guys. I don't have to worry about missing another day of Summer of Retro because I missed one the other day because I could not get a video recorded when I wanted to, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to, being home alone all day would be the perfect time to get this awesome backlog. I already have, you obviously know by now that I have Shinobi done, which I started to do, what would have been last night as of this video. I had done 2 episodes of Revenge of Shinobi, which would have been episodes 3 and 4, which 3's posted as of right now, and 4 is not. But, well, by the time you watch this, obviously, all of Shinobi will be up. So that does explain why I'm wearing a black beater in, like, a ton of videos. They gotta talk to us again. Now, I'm thinking about making this my last video for the day. It depends if everybody's home yet or not. Anyways, my master, we have a problem. It's about my oldest son, Teddy. We're worried that his curious energy may get him into trouble. Well, I know it's nothing to bother you with. I'm sorry for bringing up such a silly matter. It is pretty silly. Go find your own kid. Ain't my business to find them. I'm busy helping you with your town here, with building it, and killing monsters, and drying up marshlands, and destroying bushes, and God knows what else you're gonna have me doing. Can't remember if this place can build bridges or not. I don't think this. I think this is where I got to use my bridge. Well, can't use any more sunlight right now. Hey, level was increased. Level 5 and my HP is 12. And we'll get some more health. and another level at 950. And I know that's not how that all said that, but I don't really care. There's no point in repeating the same words over and over again when we already know what it says and stuff, you know. But the bat layer will be sealed up soon, which is good. So they did release a second Actraiser. It was a lot more like the original game before, you know, when this game, before it had the God mode, and when it was just strictly, it was the Japanese version, I believe, actually, that didn't have the God building sim. It was just the action level. See, I'm not sure, don't quote me 100%. I talked about it in my review. Again, I can't remember if it was originally an arcade port or what, but all that information is in a review I did. So, you know, if you want to know a little more about this game, there's some information on it and stuff. Since I'm devoid of any information right now for whatever reason, I have civilization level 1 up. I do have a review about this game, so you definitely need to check it out. And these people are gabbing again. My masters, you know Deadpool is a land of many rivers. We want to build homes on the other side of the rivers, but don't know how to build bridges. Please teach us how to build bridges. Yep, just what I thought. They can't build bridges. So, here you go, have a bridge. Yeah, if you really want to know some information on this game, definitely go check out my review. It's one of my favorite reviews I've done so far. It's really let me talk about Nintendo's policies on censoring content. But yet this angel is naked and has its butt hanging out. But yet we're not allowed to be referred to as God in this game because, you know, it might be offensive. We're known as the Master. You know, that's who you play in this game is the Master. Which, if you actually play the Japanese version, you're called God. Just like Tanzran or Tanzra or whatever the heck his name is known as the Devil or Satan or whatever in the Japanese version. My master, we now know how to grow a crop called wheat here in Bloodpool. Please share our newfound crop with lands that cannot produce wheat. Well, we know a land that doesn't produce wheat, so we could always take it there. I think that's something we could do at the end of the video or something. Or I could do in between videos, I don't know. I haven't decided. I might just do it at the end of a video and while I'm, you know, doing the closing statements. These guys here, since you haven't got to see it yet, and it doesn't seem like he's going to bother going over there, he dries out crops. And you actually have to send rain to re-wet the crops. Wow, I just can't seem to hit anything. I gotta talk to us again. My master, our son Teddy has run away from home. We have looked everywhere for him, but we cannot find him. He must be very hungry by now. Oh, my master, we have made a loaf of bread. Please find Teddy and give him the bread. So we gotta take the bread. Alright, we'll grab the wheat while we're at it. Okay, so there's the bread. And this person walking over here, well, that's their son. There you go, Teddy. What will Teddy think when he sees the bread his mother baked for him? So we gave Teddy the bread, and now the people want to talk our ear off again. They're praying to us is what they're doing. That's an altar. That is clearly an altar there. If you couldn't tell, you know. Thanks to you, my master. Her son Teddy is back home now. Is now back home, sorry. The loaf of bread reminded him of home and caused him to return. He didn't mean to run away. He was trying to discover how the lake was poisoned. We have always thought of our son as a small child. It was a surprise to see him act as a grown man. According to Teddy, the lake was poisoned because of its closeness to the monster's lair. We present you with this skull that he found in the cave. Please accept it. So we got another offering, which we're going to be using immediately. Magic Skull. According to the fortune teller, this jewel can even destroy a monster's lair. Please use it on a monster's lair that we can't seal. Do you have anything else to offer? Well, they do, but we don't want it because we already have wheat. So we're going to take off, and we're going to use this Magic Skull right here on the Red Demon's lair. So Rontro, look, something is about to happen to the lake at Bloodpool. And we have cleared the water. I see the real cause for Bloodpool's poison water is the location of the Red Demon's lair. I know it's unexpected, but, well, no, it's not unexpected. It has been expected quite often, and it will be expected even more, I'm sure. We've begun to use our boat for fishing. Some time ago, while fishing on the lake, we found a magic scroll caught in our dragnet. We present this to you as an offering. Please accept it. Magical Stardust. Now, we're not going to need any other magic after getting that. I was pretty sure that that was this one. We're not going to need that magic. Or we're not going to need any other magic. We're really not. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that point. Whenever you actually get to see it in use. And see why I won't be using any other magic. I have to go back through and rebuild or build some roads that haven't been built yet. Now, this is another one of them games I'm not 100% sure if I will finish it. At least not without cheating. And you know what? I've already done it with one Summer of Retro game, so I really don't see a problem doing it with any of the other ones at this point. I've already tainted myself. The score right now is Rontro 1, Summer of Retro 1. A game for Summer of Retro has proved to be too much for me, which that game has always been too much for me. I've never successfully beat that game. I have this game, but it's kind of a hit or miss. Sometimes I do well in this game, and other times I don't. Like, I don't know. It's kind of iffy at times for me, and I don't understand why. Now, I'm going to say it's probably a 70-30 chance that I will finish it. I've definitely finished it more times than I haven't, but sometimes the last part of the game just frustrates me to no end, because this game can have a Mega Man complex at times. Well, not at times. It has a Mega Man complex at the end of the game, you know, at the last area, and we went up another level, so now I have 13 health and need total population of 1,200. But no, it does have a Mega Man complex come towards the end. You have to refight some of the bosses. Luckily, not all of them, only half of them. Civilization level is improved again. Yeah, I haven't even really gave much thought into Summer of Retro for next year. What games I'm going to be inducting and whatnot. I really don't know what I'm going to go with. Look at these houses. They have purple roofs. Unexpected, blah, 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 blah. It is expected. My master, we have finally finished the road connecting us with our neighboring town, Fillmore. We can now teach them how to produce wheat. So we don't need to take them wheat. Which I always seem to make that mistake every time I play. I'll go over and as soon as I get the wheat and give it to them. And I honestly really don't have to. We're just going to chill here and continuously kill this demon over and over again. Just because. We got to wait until we get as much of this place built up as we can. The second Actraiser, man, I'll tell you what, it is one heck of a hard game. That probably will never reach the Summer of Retro because, well, I just can't get anywhere in that game in general. I'm awful at it. And there's no point in me even bothering to play a game that I can't get anywhere on. I mean, yes, I played Revenge of Shinobi, and I mean, at least I completed about half the game before I bothered to cheat. With Actraiser 2, I'd have to cheat with that game from the start. I'm so terrible at it. It is so much harder than this one. This game is simple compared to the second Actraiser. Yeah, I really don't know what I want to do for Summer of Retro next year. I'm definitely thinking about maybe throwing a Zelda in there. You know, a Zelda needs to be inducted eventually. I wanted to do one this year, but I had already had 2 Nintendo games. I had one from the NES and this one for the SNES. And I didn't want to do another Nintendo game. So, that's why Zelda didn't make it this year. I really wanted Mario 3 in. I really wanted this game in because they're really, really important games to me. But you know what? So is all the Zelda games. And it's going to be hard to choose which one I want to induct first. I mean, I love so many of them. Ocarina of Time, I loved. And we got sad people up here. Which means I think production's going to slow down here very soon. I can't remember if they've interrupted us to tell us why that happened. I kind of zoomed through stuff. Oh no, the story will be coming up for it soon. But you know, Mario 3 has had an impact on a lot of people's lives, I think. What really surprised me, if it was a lot of people's first video game in general. You know, as the years went on, the Nintendo got more and more popular. And, you know, there we go. Another level. So, you know, more and more people were being exposed to gaming. And I'm pretty sure, you know, Mario 3 was probably a lot of people's first game. So how could it not be inducted into the first year? And, you know, this being one of my all-time favorite Super Nintendo games, and plus a game that was reviewed, you know, I had to do it. I had to at least do one game that I reviewed. I mean, it'd be pretty messed if I did all games that haven't been reviewed yet. And this is the one I had to choose out of the ones that have been reviewed. And then, you know, I think that's it. I don't think there's much else we can do. Let's talk to the people real quick. My master, since sealing the last monster's lair, something very dreadful has occurred. A monster appeared from the old castle by the lake and demanded a sacrifice of us. We spent hours discussing this hideous demand and sadly determined 3 people should be selected by drawing lots. Unfortunately, one of those to be sacrificed is my son, Teddy. My master, please go to the old castle and save our son and our land. And you know what? We're going to do just that. I'm going to save real quick. Yes, I want to continue. Back up to the Sky Palace. We're going to select Magical Stardust. With this, you've decided to take Magical Stardust. With this magic, countless shooting stars will rain down on your enemy. Really, there is no need for any other spell in this game. This spell is overpowered. You can see where the road connected there. So, but yeah, I had to add Metal Gear in as well. Didn't want to do all 8-bit and 16-bit. You know, I wanted to get something 3D in there, and that game, that's definitely another one of my all-time favorite games. I can't wait to talk a little bit about that game as I'm playing it. The other thing unfortunate about doing a game you haven't reviewed yet is, you know, I'm going to obviously tell you some info, or not necessarily info, but I'll be telling you about like my experiences with the game and that, and then I'm going to turn around to do it again for a review. Because you better believe that the games here on the Summer of Retro that haven't been reviewed will be reviewed at some point. Which means some of these games I will be playing again. Like Metal Gear. I'll be playing that more than once. I mean, I could, you know, just use the same footage, but I did add my ugly mug to my Let's Plays, so I'm not going to be able to cheat and just use footage that I've already used. I'm going to have to capture new footage. But that's okay, because some of these games I won't mind playing again. As you've noticed, there's nothing too overly hard about this game. At least not yet. I mean, I don't think there ever really is. Except for the end of the game. The end of the game is brutal. But otherwise, this game is fairly easy. I'm not even bothering to go get that item. I can't even remember what it is. We're almost through this level. Hey look, disappearing blocks, kind of like Mega Man. These ones ain't nearly as frustrating. You can see when they're about to come out and stuff. Or you can see that they're coming out. Of course, I couldn't have full health come boss. So here's the next boss. See, as I said, no need for any other spell after you unlock Stardust. I didn't even let him transform. He actually transforms into a werewolf. But I killed him too quick for him to allow him to do that. Which kind of sucks. I would have liked you guys to seen his werewolf form. But I will be fighting him again. So, I mean, there's always that possibility. And you'll see it next time. They have something to tell us. My master, we no longer have monsters here in Bloodpool. Thank you so much. My son Teddy has returned from the old castle carrying a precious scroll. or present the scroll to you as an offering, please accept it. Thank you very much for taking care of us, my master. We can now look after ourselves. Please help make other lands as peaceful as Bloodpool. Sir Rontro, I know it's unexpected, but our people in Bloodpool will have something to tell you. No, really, I didn't think that was ever going to happen again. I'm so excited it did. Not really. My master, it may sound strange to you, but please hear our plea. Our people have become bitter and selfish. We have so many quarrels and fights. I'm afraid I worked them too hard in building our town and have caused them too much stress. My master, have you anything that will calm the people? No, I do not. And I don't believe that we're going to build anymore, because people are fighting. So, we can't get our population up here, and we're going to have to move along. But that's going to do it for this episode. There's another land done, and I may just do another one. Or I may just call it quits for the day, because, I mean, I have done a lot of videos. Let me see, actually, 7 to be exact, I believe, is how many I've gotten done, and I have 8 backlogged in total. So, yeah, I love how Summer Retro is going. It's going great, and I'm really enjoying playing this game again. I just played it for the review, and now I'm playing it again for the Summer of Retro. I'm your host, Rontro, and, you know, check out all the links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, R&R Gaming, and Retromageddon's channel. Go check all that stuff out. And until next time, game on.